Hi everyone, this is Rebecca at Betterbred, and tonight I'm doing a flat-coated retriever test breeding. So as you all know, your breed has been bottlenecked, and you've done a very good job, for the most part, distributing the alleles that you have. So tonight, I'm going to emphasize something I think that you should be looking at, which is looking for rare alleles to help, excuse me, I've got dogs that are playing out, to redistribute any different genetics that you have. So I am going to use this bitch, Windingo's Spellbound. Sorry if I butcher any names. And the reason I want to look at this particular girl is if you look, her outlier index is fairly high. So this is our new profile. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but I'll walk through it. This is the information provided by the owner about her. And you can make these accordions be collapsed or expanded. Here's her genetics. Now, she has probably some of the most common DLA types. However, if you look at her OI, which is an example of how unique or an atypical a dog is for a population, it's very high. If you recall, we want to move our outlier index up. As a breed, you guys actually have done a very good job redistributing the genetics that you do have, even though you're bottlenecked. However, when you find a dog with this high of an OI, we want to look at why. She is very unrelated to the rest of the breed. The more negative your AGR, the less related to all the dogs in Betterbred. She's also very outbred with a very low IR, which probably tells me one of her sire dam is very different as well. So that's probably where her different genetics comes from, probably from one of her sire, either her sire or her dam. Her HL is very low at 0.15. And she's very unrelated to the rest of the breed. So let's look at her advanced analysis. And I don't typically do this with other breeds, but I want to demonstrate why she's different. So a lot of dogs in your breed have relatively high OIs, probably because they have neutral alleles. However, if you look at her, she has much more infrequent alleles than the rest of the population. She also has more neutral alleles than most of the population. However, the reason her OI is so high is she has so many infrequent alleles. So it's something I wanted to bring out. Now we can look at ancestry estimates and we can see her admixed ancestry is 30%, which probably means that one of her either her parent, her sire, or her dam is different. Admixed means that she is half neutral or half common and half different genetics. So that probably means that one of the sires or the dam, either the sire or the dam is different from the rest of the population. So I'm going to go back to her profile. Now, the breeding I'm going to demonstrate is one that actually was done, which is why I chose to do it. But here you can see if you go to under your account and my dogs, you can add information about temperament and appearance if you're a full member. This is under update information, and then her health information could be updated under your update health. And actually, anybody can add temperament, appearance, and health information. The only thing that you cannot add without a full membership is, I believe, a photo. Okay, so I'm going to go to breeding tools. This is where all our tools are, except for genetic relationships, which are now under the general information about the dog. So here we've got new ways to sort. Outlier index, potential breedings by genetic value to the breed, or how uncommon or atypical for the breed a dog is. Potential breedings by similarity to the breed, or AGR. So AGR tells you how closely related a dog is overall to the rest of the breed in the database. Potential breedings by genetic similarity between mates, genetic relatedness, which is the way we used to do it, and also potential breedings by color. So I'm going to click on potential breedings by genetic value to the breed. Okay, so now she has been bred to Blazingstar King Elder. Now, I've already done this breeding, but if you find a dog that you'd like to breed to, you push breed, and now it says whelping, which I think is a pretty hilarious addition. So if you go up to the top here, it's sorted by outlier index, which is how atypical or typical a dog is for the population. And the information along here is the potential sire. This information here is how closely related the dog is. This particular male, Blazingstar King Elder, is a category 10, which means that the genetic relatedness, how closely related these two dogs are, is in the unrelated category, as in terms of your breed. They are unrelated. This will give you the lowest, the lowest potential IR that you can get. It does not guarantee a high OI, so that's why we want to sort by outlier index, so that you're considering that when you are picking your breedings. So back to this male. His OI, here he is. His OI is just below your breed average, which is 0.27, which means he's about where the majority of the dogs are in the breed. His AGR is 0.03, which means he's related to, I believe, more dogs than is typical of the population. And he is outbred with a negative IR. But he is unrelated to this female. So once you push breed, it'll say whelping, and that's what it's calculating your potential puppies. But then once it's completed, you can click on summary or analysis. Summary will give you kind of the generic rundown, our summary of the breeding. Analysis will give you much more detailed information. I prefer to go to summaries, so I'm going to click that now. However, you can also find any of your litters under my account and my litters. So go up here to the summary. Now, if these dogs had pictures added, these pictures would be here, and we recreated the litter summary so that you could take screenshots of it and share it on Facebook. You can make your screen resolution smaller so that you can fit more on a page, or larger if you want it to be larger. But our goal was to create something that you could screenshot and share onto Facebook if you'd like. So looking at the potential puppies, and again, you can go to the litter analysis if you want more information. The average outlier index of this litter is 0.37, which is well above your breed average. Likely, this means that more of the dogs will have atypical genetics. Now, we never recommend selecting for specific rare STRs, which is why the outlier index was created in the first place as a tool to help breed away from bottlenecks. However, so let's look at this outlier index graph. Your average for your breed is right around 0.27. Which is right about here. So the majority of the puppies are going to fall above your breed average. So that's something I think that's great about this breeding. You can see the range here with the minimums to the maximums. It would be great to see this entire litter tested so we could see where they're falling, and that could be used as a tool for selection for keepers. So it looks like the sire and dams haplotypes, we would have some puppies have two of the same kinds, but we also have two other ones. So I think that's pretty good in terms of your haplotypes. Now, studies have not really found that there is a difference if you have two of the same or two different in terms of health or vigor. The only thing that's been shown with DLA types is that, a puppy was chewing on something she shouldn't have been chewing on. The only thing that DLA types have shown is if there is a negative association. We do recommend that you keep an eye on the rare haplotypes of your population, because we just don't want you to lose genetics that are present in your breed. However, this is something to look at. The internal relatedness of this breeding. The average internal relatedness of the breeding is negative 0.06. That is below 0, so that's pretty much what we recommend. You can see that some of the puppies will fall above 0, which means they will be on the more inbreds part of the IR scale. However, for the majority of the puppies, they'll fall below 0, and that's what we recommend. So here's your minimum to maximum, and this might be close to the best you can get, because a lot of flat-coated retrievers are related. As we know, they're bottlenecked. So I think overall this is a very good breeding and something to consider. Again, going back to the female, she has very different genetics, and that's something I thought was really valuable. I was excited when I uploaded her. So again, I want to go up to my dogs and show you guys how that's changed. We've had some confusion with the changes. So this is one of my inactive, this is a puppy. We've got these accordion menus now, so you can save more room on your pages. You have to click on them to expand them. You can now add photos to your dogs. If you're a paying member, you would click right here, and you can upload a photo. This is one of my puppies from my last litter. I test full litters. You click on it, and it'll come to a screen where you can upload a photo. And that's nice for people looking for studs to see your potential stud. You just push back. You would choose File and upload the image if you want to change it. You can also see here the profile. That's to go to his specific profile. To update information, you can add any of your titles in your temperament and your weight and height here. Health records include your OFA scores and any genetic testing you've done. Inactive takes the dog out of the breeding population. This puppy's not going to be bred, so I took him out of the breeding population. He's private, again, because he's not going to be bred. His profile's off because he's not going to be bred. And owner being private, if you say owner is public, it'll show people who owns the dog on their profile page. And then just share with members if you have it private. Okay, the other thing I want to show is the My Litters page. We've changed that up too so that you can compare potential litters. So here's this female. I ran the breeding for her. Now, if I had wanted to look at several different studs with her, when I expand this, it would show each potential stud and each litter information right below one another so that you can compare what you're looking at in terms of your genetics. All right, well, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.